Hi there guys, this is Nikhil from GreedyTech and this is the next part of tips and tricks and hidden features for Mi5. So just in case if you have not looked at the other parts, I'll leave links for that in the description area, and you can also find a card on the top right corner of the screen. So just use that to check out the previous tips and tricks. So far we have checked out tips and tricks related to the home screen or the default home launcher, and now let me show you the notification area. So if you swipe from the status bar, you will find this notification toggles. You might see a screen like this or something like this. So the notification panel is divided into two pages. So this is the first page where you get the notifications, and when you swipe left you get this notification toggles. On the top we have controls for our media player, and these are our notification toggles, and at the bottom we have the brightness slider. So these are not the only notification toggles we have. We can simply swipe up to check out other notification toggles. Over here we have the toggle to turn on the torch. So just click that and the torch is enabled or started. When the flash is turned on, if I want to turn it off, I can again go back to the notification area, select the toggle to turn it off, or else I can first lock the device and press the power button once to turn off the flash. Next we have a toggle to take a screenshot. So when I click that button, it will simply take a screenshot of the screen. So if you are lazy like me to do that, you can simply press the volume down and power button both at the same time to take a screenshot. For people who find it hard to do that, you can always use the notification toggle. Next we have the toggle for read mode. I have explained about it in the previous video, so do check that out. Next we have the toggle for do not disturb. So just press and hold the D&D, do not disturb, and now you'll get additional settings related to do not disturb. So this is like a sleep mode or a automated version of sleep mode. Once this mode is enabled, I can choose for which events the phone will be interrupted. So as you can see, once the do not disturb mode is enabled, I have set it up such that only when I get calls the phone will ring, and for other notifications the phone will stay silent. And as an exception, we can choose either all contacts or only our favorites or all numbers. So I usually set it up like this. Now to automate this do not disturb mode, we can select the first toggle and select the time. I have configured it such that every day from 11 to morning 7, do not disturb gets activated automatically. Next we have the toggle for guest mode. So let me just show you my dialer. So this is my dialer, and now you are seeing my call logs, and if I swipe right, these are my contacts. So once I enable the guest mode, all our call logs, contacts and messages are hidden. So just in case if you are giving this phone to a friend just to make a call, you can enable the guest mode and they won't have access to your call logs or messages. So as you can see, the messages and your call logs are hidden. So once you disable that, you can check out all your messages. So it's not a very big thing, but it's a very nice feature. Next we have the toggle for buttons. So once you enable this button or this toggle, your capacitor buttons won't work. Next we have the toggle for locking applications. So I have already shown you that in the previous video. So that's pretty much it about the notification area, notification toggles. And now let's go to the settings. So this is the settings panel. Mi5 has dual SIM support. You can insert 2 nano SIMs on this device. So if you want to configure anything related to your SIM cards, you need to select SIM cards and mobile networks. From here you can choose a default SIM for your calls and another default SIM for your mobile data. Many people use one SIM to make calls, another SIM for their mobile data, and this is where we can configure that. Next we have a toggle over here to enable or disable VO LTE, which is like the next version of LTE. Next if we go to more, we have the option to enable or disable the NFC. So I'm not sure where the NFC is exactly, but it is somewhere over here. So we can simply enable or disable the NFC tag from here. It would have been really nice to have a toggle for NFC in the notification toggle area. Over here we also have the option for wireless display. So just select that, and if you have a wireless display or even a Chromecast, you can see that over here. If you want to enable tethering or create a mobile hotspot, we can do it from here. Next, if we go to notifications, if you want to show notification icons on the status bar, you need to enable this toggle. So as you can see, there are no notification icons in the status bar now. But if we go to the notifications, we can see that we have some notifications related to WhatsApp, GSM battery monitor and app dialer. So if I want to show those icons in the status bar, I need to enable this toggle. There you have it. And if I want to know how much network Mi5 is currently using, I need to enable this toggle. So once I enable it, I can see the network usage on the status bar. If I want to see the carrier name on the status bar, I need to enable this toggle. Now you can see Airtel 4G on the status bar. If you want to change these toggle positions, you need to select toggle positions and you can arrange these toggle positions. Just press and hold on the toggle and swipe it to the area that you want to move it. And leave it there. If you want to change notification permissions for any application, you need to select the first option, App Notifications. It will now list all the applications that are installed on this device, and we can choose to enable or disable notification permission for that particular app. So if I select UC Browser, as you can see, I have completely disabled app notifications from UC Browser. And now I have enabled that. If I want to disable heads-up notification for any specific app, I need to disable this floating notifications toggle. So let me just disable this. If I want to change the wallpaper of the home screen or the lock screen, I can also select the wallpaper from here and change it from here. If I want to change the theme of this device, I can select this option, Themes, and from here I can select any one of these offline themes. If I select this option, I can even check out the online themes. We have a dedicated app called as Themes, so we can come to the same page even by using the Themes app. If you want to increase the font size or text size on this device, select text size and you can choose whatever you want. As you can see, whenever I change the text size, I get a quick preview over here, and I can also swipe left and see how the icons or text on the icons changes. So there is a very subtle change when you change it from small to medium, but when you go to XXL, you can clearly see the increased size of text. Now if you want to change the brightness levels, you can come to display and change it from here, or else you can even change it from the notification toggle area. We can also change the color, contrast and display temperature from here. Just select this option and we can either set it to standard, cool or warm. So this is the color variation. We can also change the contrast from here. I usually set it to automatic contrast. Next, if we go to sound and vibration, from here we can disable dial pad tones, touch sounds, vibrate on touch, screen lock sounds. We can even change the vibration intensity once the vibration on touch is enabled. By the way guys, MIUI has an equalizer inbuilt, so to access that settings you need to go to audio settings and you need to connect your earphones to the phone to change those settings. Next we have something called as child mode. So let me just unlock the device. So whenever you are giving your phone to your kid to play a game, you can enable this mode. So in this mode you can choose the applications which the kid might have access to. So as you can see, I have enabled only these two applications and enable the child mode. So now whenever I press the home button, I'll go into a child mode. So now I have access only to these two apps. So the child mode is useful even when you're giving the phone to some kid, or maybe you're configuring the phone for any elderly people. They won't have access to the notification area. They can click exit, and if they enter the pattern, they will come out of the child mode. Next, if we go to advanced settings, we can choose language and input to change the language of this device. So I can go back all the way to Hindi or maybe Telugu, and with just a click of a button, everything in the phone is changed to Telugu. So let me go back to English. We can change the LED notifications from here. Just select notification light. And we can choose to enable the LED while charging, pulse notification for any new notification that you receive, and a blue color notification light for all your notifications, for calls, and we can choose different colors for different notifications. If we go to accessibility, we have the option to end calls using the power button. So just enable this toggle to end calls using the power button. If we go to installed apps, at the bottom we can see defaults. Just select that. From here we can choose all our default applications. For example, if I want to change the default home launcher, I can select launcher, any one of these launchers. In the same way, I can choose the default camera app, video player, even email app. So it is that simple. If I open up the camera app and if I swipe left, I get these additional modes, and if I press the setting button, from here I can configure various aspects of the camera app. I cannot specifically change the size of the images that I take, but we have the option for picture quality. If you choose high, each image that you take will have a size of about 4 to 5 MB, and if you choose standard, you'll have somewhere from 3 to 4 MB, and if you choose low, the size of the image will range from 1 to 2 MB. Coming to the stock applications, this is the phone dialer, and if you press and hold the recent button, you will go to the call settings. From here we can choose to do automatic call recording. So just select the first option and you can record calls automatically, and you can choose to record all the calls or only a few selected numbers. If we go to messages, we can block all the messages from any particular contact. So let me just block this message. Just press and hold it and select block. So one annoying thing about this is you cannot block multiple messages at once. You need to block one message after another. Next, if we go to security, we have the option to clean out all our useless apps. We can select data usage and restrict our background usage. So we can restrict apps from having access to internet via mobile data or Wi-Fi. So let me just disable access to internet for Amazon app, both on mobile data and Wi-Fi. Now when I try to open up Amazon, it will say I don't have internet connection, even though I am having internet connection. Let me just give access to internet for Amazon now. Now if you go back once again to Amazon, the app is now connected to the internet. Next, if we go to data usage stats, we can see how much mobile data each individual app is consuming. We can even set data usage limits. So this is the setting for peak usage. Next, we have an option for data usage warning level. Whenever you cross the warning level, you'll just get a notification that you have crossed the warning level, and whenever you reach the peak data limit, your mobile data will be completely disabled. And even if it is enabled, you won't be able to access mobile data. By the way guys, these capacitive buttons down below are configurable. So if you go to additional settings and select buttons, so we can choose what each individual capacitive button does. So I can change the recent button to behave like a menu. So I can change the recent button to a menu, or the home button to do something else, or even I can swap the recent button and the back button and do various other things. And one important feature that I forgot to mention is the one-handed mode. So if I swipe the phone from center to left on the capacitive buttons like this, it will enable the one-handed mode. So now as you can see, the size of the screen has been decreased. So we can do everything. Even when the size is decreased, we can do all our basic operations. And for people with smaller hands, it's really an awesome feature. But one annoying thing is that we can't completely disable this one-handed mode, nor can we disable this alert every time. And finally, if you want to do a complete test of your Mi5, you can go to settings, go to about, and click on kernel number several times, maybe 5 or 10 times. And now we have all these tests for our Mi5. So we can do a speaker test. Okay. For some reason it's still happening. Next we can do a vibration test. So this is a brightness test. I hope you can see the LED notification color. This is the blue, the red, green, so anyway we can do all these tests. So there you have it guys, these are all the tips and tricks and hidden features on Mi5, and obviously we can find all these features in other devices. And by the way guys, these tips and tricks work for all the other devices running MIUI. So that's it guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you found this video to be helpful. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel to see more videos just like this.